Jamaica Avenue. Is it Jamaica Street or Jamaica Avenue? I'm from Richmond, so
Jamaica Avenue. Jamaica Avenue.
From Jamaica Avenue, right, to FUBU, multi-million-dollar business. What are 3 marketing tips that you could offer them to grow a $1 million brand?
Now, the game is so much different now. Well, one that I can say is start. You're not going to be perfect. Things are not going to be, you're not going to come out the gate a winner. You know what I mean? But be willing to work at it. Be willing to work on it as you go. It's never going to be perfect. You know, we had these ugly script shirts with leather, purple leather in the middle that were totally whack when we first started. But we started. That was the most important part of it. We started. So don't try to be perfect. Get things going, and as you continue, as you grow, you'll fix things as you go. That's the first thing. Don't wait too long. Second thing would say is just be ready to lose. Be ready to take L's. You're gonna take losses quite a few times. You're gonna lose money. You may lose some friends. You may lose your social life. You know, a lot of things you're gonna lose that looks like you're not. It looks like you're losing to a lot of people. They're not seeing what you're actually doing. They just see you not. They just don't see the end result yet. Yeah, I mean,
right.
Damon didn't live in a fancy house. We was in a really shabby house, looking like, you know, we wasn't no fancy cars around. There was nothing flashy about it, and people probably thought we was in there doing illegal stuff. Well, they know. They don't know, but we knew what we were doing. You know, some people probably just thought we were just hanging out, you know, drinking 40s all day. Who knows? But we knew that we were on a mission. So what the outside thought really didn't matter. So really focus on what you're doing and don't try to worry about being cool. Right. And the last one is just align yourself with good people, from your partners. Build a good relationship. Reputation for yourself with your business partners and retailers, whatever you're doing. Deliver on what you say. Do what you say you're gonna do. If you can't do it, have a damn good excuse for it and fix it. You know, build your reputation, because that's going to take you a long way. People will offer you opportunities, offer you options to get out of certain situations, offer you even money if they feel like they can, if your reputation is in place. Right. So just, and other than that, just setting your mind that this is what I'm going to do, and it may take some time to get it done, but this is what I'm going to do. So whatever time I was going to spend on anything, I'm going to spend it on this until it works, and just follow through.
No, that's so good. And I think we heard that all throughout your entire story, that nothing happened overnight, but because you persevered, it happened. And I love that.
That's all it is. It's all perseverance. It's just, it sounds corny, but it's really like you'll have 1,000 reasons to give up, but just focus on that one reason to keep going. Just keep going.
So what point did you know it was time to pivot, right? So FUBU has been going, everyone's been, you know, wearing it, LL Cool J, dancing around in the Gap video, making the white folks pay for FUBU and for Gap. When did you know that it was time for you to move to the next project?
You mean the next project in life?
The next project in life. I know you have Hotel FUBU. I know you did cell phones for a while. I think you're still doing that. Like, how did you know it was time for the FUBU brand to expand beyond what you were currently doing with hats and clothes?
Well, if you do the history in our brand, we always ventured out into things. We had the FUBU, the music label. We did our Fatty Girl song. You know, we always ventured out into little things along the way. But you know, bottom line is the 90s came and went, and FUBU was a big part of the 90s. Yeah. And once the 90s left, like disco in the 80s, people weren't feeling FUBU. You know, it is what it is. You know, you kind of you run your course. But there is a small interest in the brand now, and we're feeding the interest. Yeah. But while we're feeding that, we're also making sure that we understand that FUBU itself is bigger than clothing. The meaning of FUBU, the movement of FUBU, the vibe of FUBU is so much stronger than just a pair of jeans. Absolutely. So we're positioning ourselves not to be just on someone's butt per se, but to be on buildings and be in, you know, and be on television and be, just really make it a conglomerate that we really feel it can be.
Yeah, listen, I don't know if we want to tweak that tonight. We don't want to just be on somebody's butt. We want to be on somebody's building.
Exactly.
That was like a whole word. And it's one of those things where, just like you said, the 90s came and went. But because you and Damon started with the vision of Timberland didn't want to make nothing for us, so we're going to make something for us, designed by us, sold to us unapologetically. The essence, right? The mission of the brand can transcend just jeans and a hat, right? It's much bigger than that.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it speaks for itself. I mean, you got Solange making songs about it. You got, it's a whole vibe that we felt, obviously, as kids, but we didn't know how to express it the way it's being expressed now with this new generation. And we just want to make sure that we give it the proper send-off that it deserves. It should be on buildings. It should be on airports. It should be in all the things that any other brand like a Coca-Cola or Starbucks or any other brand, we can be just as successful, just as big.
Right. I want to ask you one last question. One of our entrepreneurs said, what advice do you have for entrepreneurs during quarantine?
Well, it depends. It depends on your situation, because if you're a type of person that's always running around and not spending time with your family and kids, then maybe it's a good time to take this and use this time as that time to catch up with your family. But if you're the type that, you're out there, you just started your business and things are kind of on hold now, this is the time to prepare. I mean, we sit around, we have conference calls and meetings pretty much all day, not necessarily always executing, but this is a good time to work on the details, things that we kind of miss on a regular day-to-day basis. This is the time to really sit down and work out the details, things that you missed out on, things that you haven't really focused on, that could be that gym that you just haven't had time to really focus on. So really take your time and evaluate what you got on the table. I tell people all the time, this is a good time to, maybe you had some, because you would put it this way, if you're an entrepreneur, chances are you had 1, 2, or 3 deals, you juggling a few deals at when this whole thing happened. There might be a few deals that you're juggling that not as what's the word I'm looking for?
Profitable, lucrative.
Not as lucrative maybe you thought. There might be some, right now there may be some better options for you out there.
Yeah.
That weren't available to you 6 months ago.
Right.
I'm in the hotel business. Believe me, there's some hotels available that weren't available a year ago.
Oh, that's a whole word. Hotels right now, going through it right now.
But it's bad for somebody. It's good for somebody else. That's good. That's with any business. Evaluate what you're doing now. You may want to pursue it, fine, but there's maybe opportunity to look for a different, maybe in the same vein, but a better opportunity, a better deal. Look for the deal.
Yeah, I love that you said that. Because some people who may have been on the sidelines waiting to invest, the stock market was on sale back in March 23rd when the stock market hit the first bottom, and it's still for the most part on sale. Those people who were looking to buy a home 3 or 4 months ago, the house that you may have been looking at is now worth less right now, right? As the market kind of contracts.
Everything, from what I see, everything's in play. No one knows how this is going to end. Everything's in play. Yeah. So you really got to prepare yourself. Make sure you're in a position to take advantage of these opportunities. You can't take advantage of it if your credit's bad. You know what I mean? You ain't got no reserve cash to put a down payment on nothing. You're gonna miss every opportunity that comes your way. But to guarantee you there are opportunities out there. But the point is who's prepared to take them. That's who's gonna win.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So just prepare yourself, whatever that may be.
Right. No, that's so important. One last question, because someone asked a question about funding. When you were growing FUBU and you were growing your business, before you were able to attract investors, were you working full time and then also running the business?
Yes. Everyone with us, we worked full time. I worked in a couple of factories here and there. Remember, at that time I had 2 children. So it wasn't like I was like a kid just running around aimlessly. I had two kids. I had 2 kids and a wife to take care of.
Wow.
Damon worked at Red Lobster. Everyone knows his story. Keith was a property manager. He worked in Harlem and managed a few properties. Jay, he went to school and worked. So we all had full-time jobs throughout the whole process.
Yeah.
Some people work at night. The ones that work at night will work in the daytime with the FUBU. The ones that work in the daytime worked at nighttime with FUBU. Like I used to come home in the day after work, and I would start packing boxes and making deliveries at night. Or going to my embroiderer, or going to my screen print at night, because they work over around the clock. So whatever you can do is you don't want to take from the business on a personal level. So you gotta hold the job down. You gotta have a source of income, so you're not pulling from the business all the time. The money that's made in the business gotta be reinvested for a long time.
No, that was a whole word right there, because I think for some folks, we hear, quit your job and start a business, but it might look like, no, you got to work that job, and a portion of that income has to fund the business, and you grow slow, not overnight, but eventually, you get to a place where you can step out and be a full-time entrepreneur. It might not
it's all about stability.
Tomorrow, but it will happen.
Right. It's all about stability. Because you make bad decisions when you broke. Like you make bad decisions when you're under pressure. If you got a job that's paying your light bill, you don't have that pressure on you, you're going to be a better business person. Just because you can make clear decisions, you're not always under the gun, and you always got a backup. Your job can be your backup for the time being. So my advice to somebody, I would never not work and run a small business. Not in the beginning. I didn't collect my first paycheck until we moved into the Empire State Building and really landed our distribution deal with Samsung. And that was like a 5-year run until I got my first paycheck.
Wow, that's amazing. So like even when you were in Damon's basement, you weren't taking a paycheck. Even when you were hosting Jimmy Jazz in the bathroom at the Mirage, you weren't taking a paycheck. That even when LL Cool J was posing by the limousine with the hat and the shirt, you were not taking a paycheck. It wasn't until the deal with Samsung that you finally said, "Run me my check."
And that wasn't a big check. That was a paycheck. We still didn't make a profit yet. We didn't get a profit yet. We didn't split no shares yet. What we did was we was able to give ourselves at least $1,500 a week or something like that, just to kind of get everybody established, get everybody off the, established to a point. But that wasn't a lot of money, but it was enough to say, okay, now I can focus on just this business.
Right. And when you look back on everything, would you say that it was worth all the sacrifice?
No, absolutely. I would never have done anything differently, even the bad stuff. You know what I mean? It's just, I would never done anything differently. I can sit here for days and talk about good things that way outweigh the bad. So I wouldn't change a thing.
Thank you so much for joining us here tonight for the night school. Before you go anywhere, Carl, I want Black Upstart to sponsor one article of clothing from FUBU from a lucky person who has stayed with us throughout the night school the entire night. Carl and I are going to do a little bit of a photo, so get ready, Carl. You got to give them your best Instagram face, and we're gonna slide in somebody's DM and buy you a FUBU item from the FUBU website if you share this screenshot to your story. So you ready, Carl? On 3, give your best pose.
Wait. What you gonna do? Take a picture?
They're gonna take a picture of us.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
You. And we're gonna buy them an article of FUBU clothing. So
we can make that happen.
You gotta pose because they're about to take the picture. Okay.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, he's showing some teeth. Okay. So I want you to tag at The Real Carl Brown and tag at The Black Upstart. We're going to slide in somebody's DM tonight. We're going to buy you a FUBU apparel for us, buy us apparel just for you being with us here tonight. And Carl, tell us how we can support you and stay in touch with you.
Yeah, so just follow us on FUBU at FUBU on Instagram. We got watches and suits at FUBU watches, at FUBU suits. We got at FUBU TV, got at FUBU mobile. So just follow us on our main page at FUBU, and you'll see all the new updates. And just talk about it. If people don't know we still own the company, let them know it's 4 Black brothers still own the company. You know what I mean? We're still here. We're proud of it. We could have sold years ago, but we love the company, and we know it has more potential than what you've seen so far. And like I said, just support us and talk about us. That's all I can ask.
So tag FUBU too, y'all. All right, thank you, Carl. You have been amazing.
Thank you.
And we hope to stay in touch. Much love. All right, y'all, there you have it. The co-founder of FUBU was with us tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. Did he not drop jewels, y'all? I learned so much. I love listening to entrepreneurs who have grown their business from the ground up. We learned that this man worked full-time. All the founders work full-time in order to grow their business. That one of the co-founders used his GI Bill just to keep FUBU afloat, y'all. That the business went out of business twice. That they stood outside of LL Cool J's grandmother's house for 20 minutes just to snap a photo of him before he jumped in a limousine and turned that into a whole mail order business, y'all. And what did he say, y'all? That don't quit, that it might not happen today, but it will happen. We're gonna be joined tomorrow by the mortgage guy. He's gonna be telling you how you can buy your first home with other people's money, okay? So we will see you tomorrow at 7 o'clock on time, right? WP time. All right, shout out to Ashley and Arika for helping. That's the Black Upstart team, and see y'all tomorrow.